Hey everybody, this is Inara Griffin, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what it means to be mentored by me. And just to say a little bit of my past is that I have had mentoring for about 25 years of my life with some of the biggest coaches, biggest names that you see on the circuit, all to do with joint venturing and marketing and building businesses and what else have I done? Oh, just big financial things and property and unusual deals in property. And so it goes. But what I've rarely had is mentoring in a personal way that can move me forward in leadership. And so it was in the latter part of my life that I started tapping into that kind of mentoring. And it's made all the difference to me. In fact, I could say it's the difference between kind of black and white. It's like that experience. If I had done everything on my own, I would have achieved a certain amount, definitely, because that's in me. And so nobody's saying that a mentor, takes over from you. But on the other hand, I wouldn't have felt as good and I wouldn't have experienced the same level of ease. I wouldn't have pushed myself as far as I would have because I feel like somebody has my back. And I want to give you an idea of some of the people who I mentor. Actually, I'll give you another analogy. Has anybody seen the program Billions, the series? Well, in that, there is a billionaire, many big characters in there, but the person who he relies on and who he works with is Wendy, and she's a psychologist. And I think my role is very much like that in Billions, except the difference is I'm a spiritual business coach. And so what I rely on as well is when you get into sticky waters, not only am I very adept in business, deals, languaging, contracts, how to move yourself forward, positioning your message and brand, how to grow your brand, where you're off in your message. I have all of those kind of skills. But the other side is that I use all the spiritual techniques and I do guided visualizations to get you more into your power. And the one question I ask people all the time is, where are you losing power? Where do you lose power? And if it's strictly in the business sense, which isn't my remit just to talk business, people often hide the things that are troubling them or that in fact they are losing power over. And so I want to know, is it the thing that maybe there was something that you didn't experience well as a child, and you've still got this snaggy little bit that every time you're put into a situation where you're about to do a deal, you're feeling like you're rolling along, it's all going well, and then all of a sudden there's this loss of power because you tend to behave in the same way, survival mode, which is a trigger that came from deep childhood. Those things are the things that I really look at. And then who do I work with? Currently, I'm working with somebody who is doing mass building projects because I'm an expert in property. And so, we did an experience today where he got to he had some really important meetings and he was sealing a deal today. And because I work with the seasons and the stages of life and the moon and all of that kind of thing, I knew that this is a power day for him. And it's a day also because there's a moon in Capricorn that it's bringing it to a close. So we did some work really to create a brew or an elixir that he breathes into, that he feels he is, which is him in complete alignment with self before he goes to these meetings. and there are a few snaggy bits because the deal is not 100% complete. It's like 99% complete. And I took him through a guided meditation so that he was feeling like amazing when he goes into this experience. And I know he'll have tremendous success. There's another client that I'm working with right now, and one of the issues that she has is that she doesn't experience success in the outer world because she has an issue or a snaggy bit around being visible. So I'm taking her on a many-month journey of unentwining, unweaving, pulling the threads apart on that, which is why does she even feel invisible? I mean, she's very out there in the world, but maybe we need to align with this idea of invisibility. Maybe the invisible is okay. And when she retrains herself into that thinking, then her visibility becomes a choice. It becomes a moment in time when she chooses to become visible. So these are the kind of things that I do. I also give strict business advice because I'm an adept in business. I love business. I see it as a magical playground. I see it like a game, and I set you up to win the game. And it's a very simple process of just tipping the odds in your favor, continuously tipping the odds in your favor. So I wanted to give you a little essence of how I do it. I use a lot of the rituals that I do myself, the moon cycles and all of that, to know when to move you into place for some of your biggest moments and deals. And then I support you, and I'm very loving about it. I'm not really very fierce with my clients. I'm fierce in my life, but I'm not very fierce with my clients. But I do get them to step out of their comfort zone with a lot of support and a lot of love so that they can manifest what they're really here to do on the planet. So you might have small goals, you might have a global vision. I'm up for both. It doesn't matter to me. I just want to help you move forward. And if this speaks to you and you feel inclined in any way, why don't we just have a conversation? There's no set rules on this, but I am intaking 3 people at this time. I only work with very few people per year for my energy and my resources. So if this speaks to you, just let me know. Give me a call.